Okay, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Stupid and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. This is gonna be a meeting with Remy. I think this is gonna go... Yeah, right on cue. I think this is gonna go the same as before. I just want to know... I'm not gonna use system skip. I just want to know if there's anything new that's gonna happen now that we've seen his good ending. And if there isn't, I'll just completely ignore it. And if there is, I'll, well, we'll see. Okay. Okay, this looks like it might be relevant to something that's going on, and the game's not letting me skip it. I noticed you went to see Anna the other day. What was that about? Because that did happen a little while ago, and I don't think I pointed it out to him until now. How do you know about that? I saw you two together a little before you left the building. That's kind of a long story. Why were you at the facility in the first place? She said I could come by. Apparently she wants to run some tests on me. Even though she's dead, you're still speaking about her in present tense. Yeah. Oh, that is so typical of her. Let me tell you something. That woman is trouble. Big trouble. A few years ago, she was discovered performing unapproved, and therefore illegal experiments. And we know this, and... Okay, this looks familiar. Huh. It's not letting me skip it, though. She had been running them for a while under the assumption that she would be allowed to, but in the end, our council's ethics committee made the decision against her. Anna's defense was that she did it for the greater good, which is always a bit of a warning phrase, and that she was confident her experiments would be approved eventually. She lambasted us for not allowing her research and said our decision was short-sighted and stifling innovation. In the end, no proof of any actual wrongdoing could be found, so she basically got off scot-free. Since then, she's remained under the radar. Until now, there are rumors going around about Anna. Surprise, surprise, her latest application involves human DNA. And I mean, like, she's dead now and has been for a while. Her casual disregard for the rules of any kind should tell you what kind of a person she is. She does have a brilliant mind, you know, but the way she uses it... She's manipulative, arrogant, abusive... Yep, sounds about right. I don't think you should trust her. You don't know her, nor should you bother getting to know her. How much do you really know about Anna? Is it your job to go knocking on people's doors just because you heard rumors? I was trying to help. Really, sounds like all you did was harass her. Without any proof of any actual wrongdoing, that's not particularly a good idea. Well, that's what you think, then I just hope that you'll at least be careful around her. Seeing both of our plates look clean. Okay, is that it? Okay, that was Oryx steaks. Yes. Okay, leadership just showed up. Chapter 5. Is this actual festival day or something? Oh, that's a dead dragon. That's upsetting. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna bring Bryce. Alright, that must be him. I hope you're ready to see the fireworks, because I brought everything we need. In front of him, there was a woven basket with that was closed at the top. It reminded me of a lot of a typical picnic basket. And it's entirely alcohol, isn't it? What are you talking about? Snacks and other things, you'll see. It's alcohol. Let's go then. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking scene near the edge of town. Where's everyone else? I thought the whole population was watching the fireworks. Well, there are more public spaces, but someone like you would get pushed around a lot in the crowds. Besides, I think you'll appreciate the solitude. If you say so. The fireworks should start any minute now. If you're hungry, you can just grab something from the fun basket. Fun basket. That's what I call it. That can only be alcohol. I didn't know that snacks were much. I didn't know snacks were that much fun for you. They certainly can be. Besides, there are other things inside as well. Oh, I think it's starting. We watched quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon I could hear the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, and after which it exploded into a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. You remember what happened the last time there were fireworks? Is that what the fun basket is for? Actually, no. Not unless you feel adventurous. We're already outside. That's pretty adventurous, I'd say. Suit yourself. Bryce opened the basket, feeling around in it with one of his claws. Meanwhile, my gaze wandered to the illuminated night sky. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me, and this is where we're going to figure out that Ray's is going to do his shooty bang bang thing when there's other shooty bang bang things going off. Okay, this is the same for every character. That's a telephone. Correction, that's a telemarketer. And we're going to be in the base now, right? Alright, so we arrived at the portal. What is it? Hesitating, I drew nearer. Oh yes, Sebastian. Sebastian. As far as I know, there's nothing you can do to prevent that, but it still gets to me. Okay, Razor, what are you doing? You've got a better plan. Okay. That usually means that, who did I see with the good endings? I know a Dean, and I think Remy had the good endings with me so far in this Let's Play thing. And I think saying that Bryce has a better idea means that he's gonna, like, not just charge in head first, get himself murdered, and, there's gonna be more to the story than that. Let's just do it like last time. You go in first, and I'll stay behind and out of sight. If you meet him, you can confront him and maybe talk him down. But if he tries to flee, he'll still have to get through me first. Okay. That's more or less it, I think. Bryce led me to the dig site where they had unearthed the building's entry. Once we got nearer, he stayed behind and motioned for me to go forward. He slowly followed me, trying to stay in cover as I entered the building. Inside, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Reza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised that the building still having electricity, since its generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly, one of the doors opened, and out came Reza, carrying a large cardboard box. And we're gonna go through this whole thing again. There you are! You don't know how glad I am to see you. So on and so forth. No, what are you talking about? Etc, etc, etc. Can I skip this? I can, okay. I didn't kill anyone. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Are you telling me you weren't the one who stole the generators and all those other things in the past 2 weeks? Oh? I was in hiding. After what happened at the portal, I didn't dare do anything that could jeopardize our mission. Why didn't you just come back? How could I? They wanted to arrest me. I was a fugitive. I was surprised they didn't apprehend you, but then you weren't the one who shot out one of the police officers. So maybe next time don't shoot out one of the police officers. Okay, another wrinkle. I like this. Come on, Razor. The murders only started happening after you were gone. And the police have already gathered plenty of evidence. You're the only one with a motive. Is there the same way that there's, like, beta me, or past me, or whatever in this world now? Is there now a past Razor as well? All I did this whole time was try to find ways to contact you so that you could talk to our people and figure out something for me. Why would I try to escalate the situation? So is this the point where going to the portal would have been advantageous? Instead of staying at home and calling the police somewhere in the middle? Besides, how did you know so much about what the police were doing? I've been helping them because you were going about this the wrong way. I didn't kill anyone, I'm telling you. They have proof, Razor. I've seen it myself. Just turn yourself in and we'll go from there. Nobody can help you if you don't do that. No, I'm not going to turn myself in for something I didn't do. Not for these beasts. Who knows what they'll do to someone like me in captivity? How else do you expect this to end? I'm not doing anything until I've got a free passage back home. Actually, I could just leave this place right now. The portal's fixed after all. That's not going to happen. Let me ask you one thing. How exactly are you planning to stop me? I'm the one with the gun here. You would shoot me to save your own hide. Only if you insist on standing in my way. You're not going to get away that easily. What are you going to do, huh? I've been long gone by the time you call the cops. I don't need to, Razor. They're already here. Suddenly, Bryce and Maverick were standing next to me. You planned this, didn't you, stupid? Traitor! I didn't think I'd let you distract me with such a cheap trick, just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. Okay, next time if I get the chance, I'm going straight to the portal and not staying home. Which I've been doing because it's automatic and it's like the first option on the list and I can just go, like, move the stick and select it without having to... Never mind. Bottom line is I wasn't paying too much attention and it didn't occur to me that it would change anyway. And to think that I would let you distract me with such a cheap trick just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. He pulled out his gun, not sure which of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go and I'll forget this thing ever happened. You've got 6 bullets for 3 people, just like before. I've been risking my life every day for this for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Okay. The administrator's gonna show up. I can hit the tab button, but... The administrator goes down. Is that old administrator or new administrator? That's old administrator. Okay. And the dragons get shot, which is not great. Am I gonna find a new way to get hurt this time? Only a single shot came out and lodged itself within the box. A loud hiss began to emanate from my cover. It's gonna explode. We've seen the explosion before, right? Actually, I think we've seen 2 explosions. 1 for the generator bomb, and 2 for whatever that was, I think. Ooh, okay, that's violent. Where's Bryce? He must still be inside. Then what are you waiting for? Okay, so maybe this isn't the good ending. The administrator was crawling out from a hole as she removed the last bits of debris that separated her from the outside world. Water began to trickle from the new opening. It's the water pockets. The building must be flooded. And he's still inside. I'll clear away the rebel. I'll clear away the rebel. And I'm slowly accelerating again. And you try and find him. Okay, so this is some kind of weird blend of stuff that I've seen before and stuff that I haven't. Which I guess is most of the endings, but whatever. We both set to work as I stuck my head into the hole that the administrator had crawled out of. It can't be completely full yet, can it? It's only been a minute. The place was flooded completely, but luckily, even through the water, I could see Bryce as he tried to clear away the rebel from the other side. Quickly, I pulled my head back out of the hole. He's on the other side, trying to get through. And I feel like I want to read fast because that'll like save him faster. Who knows how long he's been underwater? Give him some air. I took a deep breath before I went in again. I extended my arm to grab Bryce's muzzle. Luckily, he seemed to understand what I was going for, and he moved into my reach. I pressed my lips to his muzzle, giving him some much-needed air. I drew back, repeating the same process a few times while Maverick cleared away the rubble, until eventually Bryce surfaced, panting heavily. He lives. Are you alright? Yeah, let's get away from here before the empty water pockets cave in or something. Maverick carried the administrator while we went uphill towards the portal. When I came across Reza's corpse, I took the time to strip him of his gun and ammo, not wanting the dragons to find them. Meanwhile, the administrator was set on the ground, and Bryce checked out everyone's injuries. Luckily, it seemed that both Bryce's and Maverick's were comparatively minor and didn't need any immediate attention. The administrator was not so lucky, however. She squirmed as Bryce moved her clothes out of the way to get a good look at her bullet wound. No, don't. As I returned to them, I heard Bryce audibly gasping. Damn it! Is it bad? Stupid, do you remember the first victim? The blood on the muzzle from fighting back was neither yours nor Reza's, but distinctly human. I thought it was an error, but our DNA tests weren't compatible. But Reza doesn't have a matching bite wound from him. She does. Okay. Okay, so the administrator was the murderer this time around. I considered the implication of Bryce's words, or... He did admit to it the first times, right? I'm pretty sure he did. And it wasn't the administrator all along? I considered the implication of Bryce's words, whereas Reza usually didn't hesitate to admit the killings to reach the goal he thought noble. He had denied any such actions this time, so he did. Okay, so it is different this time. Of course, there was no use ignoring the evidence before us. This could only mean one thing. Why did you do it, Azumi? Why did you kill them? He did kill them, you know. Just not in this timeline. If you can even remember my name now, then you should also remember what else he would have done. How he would enslave them to use them as weapons back in the future, and how he didn't care what happens to this world. I had to do it in order to put you on the same trail as he would have. If I'd come to you during the first night and tried to explain to you that I am a time traveler who had to kill in order to prevent suffering that is magnitudes greater, genocide, slavery, would you have believed me? Who could have known that sometimes? Even Reza can change. Even if he didn't kill anyone, there would have been no investigation and you wouldn't have known how dangerous he is when he shows his true colors. You saw that even in this scenario, he wouldn't shy away from shooting others to get what he wants. Besides, I didn't want to risk jeopardizing our experience by changing things. It could erase all the progress we have made and all the things we learned over the many times we've done this now. If I didn't shove you out of the way in the cellar when the light fixture came down, you would have died then and there. That's what happened the first few times. There was a lot of trial and error involved to get where we are now. You wouldn't believe the lengths I had to go to every single time, and the consequences if I don't. You could not have followed the same path and arrived here if I didn't kill them. The fact that you remembered that it was originally Reza who did it only proves just how important this is. Only if events stay the same long enough will you be able to learn from them and remember, despite the effects that repeated teleportations have on your memory. This only tells me that I made the right call. If Reza had nothing to do with it, then what was he doing here when he was trying to take the generator? I slipped him a note when he came through to visit from you. I slipped him a note he thought came from you. It said to meet here and take the generator before you'd leave together. He played his part well enough so that you couldn't tell the difference. So he really did think I planned all this, that I lured him here to have him arrested by Bryce and Maverick. For all he's done, I think he deserves to know what betrayal feels like. I've listened to this for long enough now. It was you, and that's all that matters to me. No, Maverick, don't do it. I'll tear you apart! Bryce tried to go between them, but Maverick aimed his shoulder squarely into Bryce's bullet wound. Ooh. Bryce collapsed, convulsing in pain as Maverick pounced on Azumi and tore into her. Meanwhile, I put a few bullets into the gun I took from Reza before I ended up Maverick and pulled the trigger several times. Maverick collapsed instantly and looked at me with a pained expression. Beneath him lay Azumi, dead. Why? He was trembling and took a few slow steps towards me, only stopping when I aimed the gun at him. Stop right there. She killed them, and you protect her. We needed her. I told you I'd show no mercy if I found the killer. Just when I thought I could trust you. I should have known you'd shoot me just like Reza did. Now it's not like that. Then why? I don't think I can explain. He shook his head weakly. Thanks for proving me right, stupid. Do you remember when I confronted you a while back and asked you to explain your reasons? You told me I wouldn't understand. You're right. I don't. His head slumped as he closed his eyes. He was dead. We're back here? Hey, Bryce. I'm afraid I've got some pretty bad news for you. What is it? We're able to power the portal again, even without the generators from the lab, but we couldn't re-establish contact with humanity. Why not? Ever since the portal got sabotaged and was repaired, the coordinates, the connection to humanity's portal, it just isn't there anymore. Can't you locate it again? We don't know how. We found a different set of coordinates in there, but for some reason, we aren't able to use them. I know, only I can. They're for traveling back in time to the day of my arrival. I guess you really are the time traveler, huh? Now that you know everything, that really shouldn't surprise you. What are you gonna do now? Well, I guess returning to humanity is out of the picture. So it's either staying here or using the portal to return to the day you arrived. All that time travel business is too complicated for me. Izumi had it all figured out. I'm wondering what she would think about this outcome. All she ever wanted was to save you dragons, just like Reza only wanted to save humanity. Neither shied away from killing people, so maybe you shouldn't look at them as pillars of morality. Either way, I'm not sure if you really have much of a choice here. They don't actually know if they can stop the comet. Of course they'll try, but without the generators from the lab, it's not looking great for us. I initially came here to help humanity, but if I go back with what I know now, maybe I can help you too. At any rate, it was nice while it lasted. Hey, no need for melancholy now. It's not as if we're going to it's not as if we're not going to see each other again. So is that good or bad or somewhere in the middle? I'm not aware of any neutral endings for any of these specific characters. Suna is preparing to return to the day of my arrival. Despite her actions, Azumi had made a good point. Thinking about the knowledge I had now, I realized how important it was to remember and how it would help me during my next attempt. No doubt, the teleportation would erase some of my memory again, but I can think of a few ways to retain some knowledge. Not only did I take my own written account of what had happened with me, there also were physical reminders I could bring to remember, such as Azumi's mask and cloak. With her gone, I was now... Nah. With her gone, I was now the one with the most experience. So next time, are we going to play through as the administrator? I wanted to do a no friends run. Is that gonna be out of the question? As I made my way to the portal, I realized that in order to make this mission a success, to save everyone, this time I would just have to save myself. Or is that a good reason that I should do a no friends run? Okay, so here's the credits. And as before, I guess I'll just leave in the slideshow. Even though this isn't really the end. Okay. Okay, that was Burst's good ending. Interesting. Let's see. Now what? Alright, the title screen is filling in. It's pretty neat. The only good endings I haven't seen now are, Lorem's ending, Anna's ending, and... I believe there's a final, a grand finale ending. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna end this off here. In the next part, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try and do my no friends run and see what changes. But that's gonna wait. So, my name is Stupid, this has been Angels with Scaly Wings, I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later. Also, is the sun gradually coming up in this title screen as I see more and more stuff? Because I feel like it's getting progressively brighter.